Okay.
What's that? Police?
Fire truck, man. Yo,
Is that yo?
boss. Fire truck. Oh, he's
Bah monsieur bah yo. Bah monsieur Kablan.
So, okay, from my mom, man.
Okay.
What's up, you nigga?
Enfin,
What up, man?
ça que fait.
All right. What's up, guys? What's up, man? What's up, man? Yo, Nabale. Willem. All right. Fire truck.
Yeah, fire truck behind you.
I don't know.
I'm not know.
You sure can't get past that little car. Why is that fire truck? I don't know. You gonna push it right on down to the corner. Yeah. Must not emergency
Yeah.
on the horn.
What's up?
Wait, they coming.
Wale kunya?
Dugali?
Yeah. Hotel là? I'm okay.
It's not this one.
All right.
Vous voulez acheter un assuré studio?
I mean, I'm all yours, Ingrid.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTM Sports Live and exclusive. We have for the heavyweight championship of the world, Bermane Stiverne.
So
Well, we do have
good,
him.
good night.
Do we have him?
Good evening.
Good evening, Bermane. How are we doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing great.
Something in the background?
Yeah, I'm driving back to the hotel now. So
They're not gonna. Are you being escorted back to the hotel, or are they gonna pull you out and do something to you?
Not really.
Okay, let's get straight down to business. A heated press conference. Many people were saying, "Why is Bermane so heated?" But I think it's a bit obvious.
Of course, I'm heated. I mean, all the games that they've been playing for these past few months. 1 minute we got a deal, the next we don't, and the next I gotta step aside and this and that. And when I step aside, they come back at me for the fight, and then there was a lot of different things that happened. Even when it comes to my medicals, that's something that I never mentioned. But they give me put it like this: I had 15 tubes of blood that came out of my body
Right.
before this fight, and I usually between the blood tests and the drug tests, I probably give about 4. Worst case scenario 5.
Okay.
And for this fight, I had 15. Did
15.
a test. 15. I had to do a test twice because they said that they made a mistake and they needed some more blood. So I went back and redo the test again, different, and they gave me another blood. What's it called? CBC, extra CBC test, which is urine and blood again, different than VADA. So it was a whole lot of different things that, they're just trying to distract me or try to catch me with my pants down. Or see, it was, see, people just saw me, and I don't even say that I went off or I was mad. I was just like, it was more so stop playing games, I was just trying to make a point and tell them to stop playing games.
Well, it was quite evident, and it seemed that, according to the media, Grumpy Stiverne returned because, of course, today you weren't talking, and in your media yesterday you weren't talking much to the media. Had a problem because Bermane weren't talking to them. Can you explain as
but
to
why? I mean, why talk to them? I'm not the attraction. I'm the underdog. He's supposed to go through me, and they already got his next fight lined up. So why even entertain all that?
Okay, that's
I
fair
can't.
enough.
If I didn't want anything to do with the media, I would have just I would not show up to the media workout.
I
Plain and simple.
understand. I understand that, and we've never had a problem talking with you because we've treated you with the utmost respect every time. What the media sometimes tend to do is upon you and expect you to answer it. So they'll
I mean,
got their favorite. Go ahead.
right, but that's my point. You know, I'm here as some kind of bum or opponent for Wilder. I mean, why would I entertain that? They're all looking at him like he's supposed to. He's gonna walk through me and then and fight Joshua. You know, all of that other. You know what I'm saying? So why even entertain that? I mean, if somebody wants an interview, which I did plenty. I mean, you want an interview, then you walk to me and you ask me for one. I'm not going to stand there and wait for people to come ask me questions.
Yeah, okay. I'm only going to be. I can't. You see, for me, I can't say anything because we are in a great position. We appreciate that. But the
Right.
normal one-word answers. Stay tuned. Saturday night. See you then. Saturday night. Yes. Well, one-word
Exactly.
answers.
I mean, that's when I probably I will give them their answers Saturday.
That's fair enough.
You know.
Can't argue that.
So hey, let the champ have you know, the spotlight, the light, camera, and action. You know, let him have that. You know, he's the man. He's the favorite. I'm the underdog. I'm not even an underdog. I'm like a a
Look
a,
at a job.
a gatekeeper,
Yeah. You're not
should
even
I
that.
say?
You're
So
not even a gatekeeper because at least they would said you were a gatekeeper.
right, you know what? I agree with you, but I mean it is what it is. So I'm not gonna fake the funk
Let's,
and try to. That's why when I at the press conference, I wasn't talking to the media. I was talking to him. So it is what it is. I said what I had to say. I could have said more, but you know why? You know. So I just decided to. When it was done, I did my face, the face off, and I left. And I had one or two interviews, and everybody else stayed on. I mean, the attraction. Even when the press conference was over, everybody walked to Wilder. So it's time for me to go. You know, you see what I'm saying?
yeah. I get that. I get that.
So it's not about Berman don't want to do no interviews. I mean, everybody want to rush to the champion. He's a champion. He got the belt. He's the man. He's the you know. But hey,
I get that.
like I said, there's
Let's move
nothing
to.
better than letting
Let's
my
not
hands
focus
talk.
on that. Let's not focus on that. Let's move on to something else. Very interesting what you said. I could thank a lot of people, but I won't. And I picked up straight away. Showtime. That was the first thing I deducted. Showtime. Talk to me about Showtime.
It's not so much a Showtime. There's one particular person.
Is it Espinoza?
Of course it is.
Yeah, because McGregor had a problem with him as well.
Yeah, of course it is. It is him. You know. At first, the fight couldn't sell. They couldn't make it happen because this and that, and then you know, as soon as Ortiz was out, magically, they want to make this fight happen. I mean, if it was that bad of a income or selling, I mean, would you trying to sell the fight or get somebody else?
Well, I said that I believe that was a load of crap in the first place because I said, if Ortiz gets pulled out, they'll come back to you and the fight will happen.
I told you that. Even when I told you when I pulled, and it's the truth. If people don't want to believe that, just go to YouTube and see our interview a month ago or two
Exactly.
months ago. So I
Exactly.
said that. So it is what it is. I mean, it's a bunch of bullshit. There's politics. Us boxers, we do this for a living.
Mm-hmm.
And people like people that runs Showtime, they pick and choose or have to follow what Uncle Al say or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really respect people like that. I don't
The
have
other,
any kind of respect for people
the
like
other
that.
thing I I noticed was Showtime did a lot of feature on Deontay and
Of
nothing on
course.
you.
I
Nothing on
mean,
you.
they do just a little bit, you know. They're just enough just to say that we did something. But I mean, it don't bother me. Even the first fight when I was champion, I was
Hmm.
defending my title, and they were more focused on him than they
Focus
were on
on
me.
Deontay. Yes,
Right.
I know.
So
I remember
and
that.
they made a poster of the fight, and they had me with the belt and the belt. They had like letters covering the belt, a bunch of things that were disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I mean, they do what they do. If you look at the poster right now of the fight, it's a beautiful picture. You can see the WBC, you can see the belt, you can see, Wilder, you can see myself. I'm in the back. And when it was the first fight, Deontay was not in the back. He was next to me. So it is what it is, man. I mean, these kind of things is just, you know, uh,
Okay, let's move to the next thing. And I heard it as well. You said to Deontay, I can do what you do, but I can do it better than you.
yeah, people will not understand that.
I kind of heard that, and that sounded to me like some street stuff. That's what it sounded like to me.
Not really. Not really. It's close enough, but not really.
Can I talk about
Well,
James Prince? Can I talk about James Prince a second? Because that's got to be a key point on the chessboard. I mean, come on, that's got to be like a checkmate. I mean, they've got Al Heyman, you've got James Prince. I mean, sort of thing there. That's got to be a key point. And in New York as well, that's got to be
yeah.
something there.
I mean, he came and saved the day. I mean, I can't say that because remember, a lot of people think that I got him
Of course.
because of what happened, and I even told you when
Oh,
I
we know when
actually
you got
signed
him.
with him,
Exactly. And then the article
and
came a
and it
week
was
later.
yeah, it was way before all that. But like I said, I mean, he makes shit happen.
He did make shit
Uh,
happen.
yeah, so he's a well-known, respected man, especially in the music industry and in boxing now. So I had to get somebody to represent me in the right way.
Can you talk about your relationship with Lou DiBella? Another looks a very strange relationship there as well.
I don't have any. That's my first time meeting Devilla today.
Okay, okay. And then the other incident, which was this, and a couple of Wilder's people kind of came towards you. They were inching their way towards you, and
Nah,
it
that's all,
ultimately got mad.
all show. You see what I'm saying? Because there was episode that happened yesterday. I was staying outside the hotel, and I think his brother is a shit. He like to start trouble. So came out the car and he's like, Stavern, you want it? You gonna get it? Blah blah blah. And I was right there, talking. There were like about 10 of them talking, talking trash. And so we left. I left. I think I went to eat, and on my way back, there were not 10 anymore. It was only three of them. So I walked. To the hotel, and I stopped and I looked. So I'm waiting on somebody to say something. Because early that day when they were yelling, I was about maybe 30 feet away from them. So I stopped and I looked and waited on somebody to say something, but nobody never said anything. So I said, okay. I kept walking and I went upstairs. No, nobody would even look at me. And today, lights, camera, action, and they want to show off, and because they know people are gonna jump on stage and stop them and this and that. So, I mean, if you can't do it when you're alone, why do it when you're on the stage? I mean, that's what I call fake. And me, when I backed and turned around, I didn't turn around and start walking to whoever that boy was. I start walking because I had bad intention. You know, I
Okay.
mean, where I'm from, I mean, because even when I think I took off my glasses, and then they thought I was going to do something, and you could clearly say, because when I did that, Lou DiBella started walking towards me as if he was concerned about me, doing
Taking
something,
off.
and I told him, you can see on the video, I told him, don't worry about it, nothing's going to happen. This is for Saturday night. And I kept talking, talking, talking. And when I'm talking for about a minute, and some dude in the back start walking towards me.
I saw that.
So I'm like, okay, I mean? I'm not a man. I'm a man that I don't like to be threatened or feel threatened. You see what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter where I am. If I feel threatened, then I feel like I have to defend myself. You know.
Okay.
And he was walking. I was facing the crowd, so ain't no man gonna be behind me. I don't like people. I don't like people behind me,
Okay.
that's what it was. And I told him, listen, don't do that shit, you know, because
Yeah.
ain't nobody did something. I didn't touch Wilder. I didn't do anything. So there's no point for you to walk towards me. You got no business. He had no business to be where he was at.
See, now you're breaking something down quite clearly, and we're thankful that you are doing this because what people are seeing, Javerne turned up with a bit of an attitude, and Wilder was cool, calm, and collected. But we don't know what's been going on behind the scenes. So now you're giving us this information now. It kind of puts things together in a different light.
Uh, cool. I didn't lose my cool. I mean, hey, the games are finally. You got somebody that been playing game for the past years. And now you get them in front of you, and it's just like that's all. I mean, it took for you to be forced to fight me, not because you had, not because you want to. You
People will
know,
argue. People will say. People will argue and say to you, Bermane, or they would say, in terms of the media now, and I don't really want to. But the angle would be, well, he could fight Joshua to unify. To unify. Why does he need to go back on old ground? That's what the argument would be.
because the old ground name is mandatory. I really want to put it, but
That's fair enough.
I mean, these are things that it don't even bother me,
They
especially
don't
from
matter because
especially from people that never laced a glove
the glove on.
a glove
Exactly.
in their life, and so
We are where we are now. We are where we are now. Saturday night, you're in the ring, you're fighting Deontay Wilder. No more talking about getting a mandatory shot. No more talking about is the fight going to happen. Saturday night, unless something almighty strange happens, you're fighting Deontay Wilder.
yes, sir, and all the questions will be answered.
Now, when you look at Deontay Wilder, what goes through your mind? I know that when I've seen you a couple of times, we've had conversation, I mentioned that name, it's like a dark cloud goes right over you, like a man that has done one thing and one thing only. I must get that title back, and I will walk through walls to get that title back.
I mean, it's more so that when you lose to somebody that you ain't supposed to lose to, and you lose to somebody that I have better skills, and it's more so the if I would have fought and get knocked out. I got knocked out. Beat me up, you know, beat me up. If I was 100% and he beat me up, I'd just take my suitcase and go the other direction. But that's not the case. That's not what happened. A lot of people say, well, he won all the rounds, or you know, but this is they don't know what was going on. So I'm not gonna sit here and explain myself or what going on or what was the issue.
Of course.
That was the past. So that was then.
It was interesting. Interesting. We spoke to Rick Glazer, a well-known manager, promoter, international agent, whatever, and he said to us in private that you were dehydrated, and he actually got to see the reports, and he told us that 3 nights ago. Didn't ask him; he told us.
Right. I mean, that's just like when I had the phone, the conference call a couple of weeks ago, last week or something, and then this idiot came and asked me, how can I say that I ate all his punches when his hand was broke? And I asked him, how you know his hand was broke? He said there was a report. I mean, if he had a report, then I had a report. You know, I mean, but it's these type of things that you know.
It's what they call
Listen,
fanboyish, Albert.
like
Berman.
I said, that was
Then
then, yeah. And now, I'm 100% healthy, so I don't have. It's gonna be a totally different fight.
yep, I've said to a lot of people that this is a new fight. People got in their mind that this is like an immediate rematch. There's 2 years between the last fight.
Right. I said, well, you was inactive. Well, I was inactive. I mean, I don't call it inactive. It was. I call it well rested.
Well rested
I'm
and
rested. I'm not beat up. I am rested. I didn't get into no a motorcycle accident, unlike others. You know, I'm rested, man.
and you're good to go. We just lost Bermane. He'll be back in a moment, I think. Yep. Okay, let's talk about the gift you were given. Everyone wants to know about this gift.
I don't know where it is, but I saw a picture. It was a bottle of Pedialyte. I thought it was funny.
So you found that funny?
That actually made me laugh. Somebody
You're
posted
smiling.
somebody posted a picture of me, and then they put a bottle of Pedialyte. So I started cracking up. That was funny. I'm not gonna lie.
You've got some new sponsors now, I guess.
Hey, listen, why not? Why not? Hey,
But hello, but this has been a running joke between us anyway. I mean, the whole thing with the water and H2O, and But somebody
right.
even said, one of the jokes somebody said that, last time he was dehydrated, this time is the excuse going to be that he drank too much water?
You can never drink too much water.
Exactly.
More power to me if
Do
I
you
do.
actually enjoy do you enjoy drinking the water now? Because I remember you spoke a long time ago saying you didn't like drinking water.
I mean, I do. I mean, I have to.
Yeah.
There's certain things that you got to make sure. I mean, even if it's not anybody that's not even in doing any kind of sports or any activities. I mean, this is something that you have to do. So
absolutely.
you know,
Now you've got this fight up and you're ready to go. Would you say to people that are betting people, for example, people who are looking to put
bet the
money on this
house,
fight,
bet the car, bet the house, bet the car, bet the jewelry, bet everything.
you're ready to go? And
I'm ready to go.
now, there is one statement, Bermane, that if you were in the UK, from the British Boxing Board of Control, you said, even if I have to kill you, I'm going to get that title. And then he responded by saying, well, I've never had a dead man before. I'd like to have a dead man on my record. I mean,
He was. He said something like, somebody sent me something where he said that he feared for my life because
yes.
uh, he is gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me, something like that. So I had to ask him. I had to ask him, and his answer was not even like it was like he was confused or I don't know. Like I caught him off guard. Like he was like, "Oh, yeah, I said that." Like, I mean, man up to what you said. I asked him nicely. I didn't yell. I wasn't yelling. I said, "Hey, man, you fit for my life. I mean, I'm great. I mean, it's nice to be concerned for somebody's life, but to say that he is going to kill me or something like that, nah, man, that's.
Now,
I mean,
man to man, how does that make you feel when one man's telling you he's going to kill you? Do you? Because some people saying, "Oh, Bermane was shook. He was shook in that press conference." A little comments you get in the YouTube section. He was shook. He was shook. Can you? I've got to ask a question.
I mean, no, but pretty much it was
But I
more
know you
so.
so well now, so I mean,
It was because most people are not in my shoes, man. Like the back and forth, the little games, the contract. One day there's a contract, the next day there's not a contract. The next day we got to fight. Remember months ago I told you that we got a deal.
yeah, I remember that you
That
telling
was
me.
we got a deal, and we had a deal. They took it back. They took it back. They changed everything, and it's just a lot of different like a bunch of different little games they were trying to play, and then uh, the thing that was really like bueno, man, uh, the thing that was very it was the medicals. I mean, you can't understand, but the medicals they try to play with the medicals. So it's like as if they was trying to catch me doing something I had no business doing. You understand me? So it was just too much. Out of all my 20 something fights, I never had to redo any kind of test. Nobody ever made no mistakes. Nobody ever didn't take enough blood, and then out of nowhere now there's a mistake. Uh, we need more blood. We need more urine. We need more of that. We need more of this. Like it was to the point where because I like to have my medicals taken care of at least 2 weeks. I said three to 4 weeks. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
my last medical was done the day before I left to come to New York because they forgot. They forgot. How can you forget? You see what I'm saying? So it was a bunch of little games that they was trying to play, and it's so funny because every time I had to fight any other fight, all my medicals was written, was right there, all the time. Everything was done within 3 days, and then all of a sudden now, you know, I got medicals that popped up. They need more blood, need more urine. So it was a bunch of different, nonsense.
You know something? You know what I'm worried about now? If you get
What's
the
that?
knockout that you're talking about, they're gonna say to you that you've done something. You popped drugs. That's the next thing they'll say.
No, we got all the results. Everything came in.
So they ain't
Everything
gonna.
is.
They can't do that crap then.
Nah, they can't. We got all the paperwork, the emails, everything is in. But it's just that how I had to redo a test because they didn't take no enough blood, or I had to do a different test. I had to do like three extra tests that he is not even doing, but I'm only the one doing.
Damn it.
Yeah, so it's pretty much that because I don't like to draw my blood closer to the fight. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it gives me I'm being lightheaded and stuff like that. So I don't really like that.
So you're okay now, though. You've got no issues like that.
Yeah, no, no, no. I'm okay now. I'm good. I'm ready to go. Okay. But you know,
I'm
what
not
can I
gonna
say?
ask you. I'm not gonna ask you anything about no damn weight because you're gonna come in the weight you're gonna come in at, and that's it. So we're
Yeah,
not going there.
that's the way. No, I mean, no, I don't. I'll be at the weight that I feel comfortable sparring. You know, I spar a couple times, 12 rounds, and that's the way I feel comfortable. I actually, I checked my weight maybe about 2 weeks ago, and it was a little too low. So I don't want to take no chance. So I went up maybe a couple pounds. You know,
Okay, cool.
so
Is there
you know,
anything else?
we added muscles too. So you know, muscles weigh a lot. So
Anything that you need to let us know that we don't know about, or I haven't asked you, or may have crossed my mind?
I don't know. Maybe I'll text you and let you know.
It's a bit late by then, so I guess the next time I'll talk to you is after the fight.
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have a message to your fans and people out there before I finish?
My fans. Best way to thank my fans or appreciate them is to take care of business Saturday night.
Don't forget, win that title, you give us a shout out. Don't forget BWTM Sports.
I won't forget.
Okay, champ, you take care. This is Bermane
All right.
Stiverne, and we'll talk to you soon,
All right.
champ.
Thank you, Graham. Thank you.
Much
Bye-bye.
love. Bye. So there we have it. The WBC #1 contender, the mandatory Stiverne or Bermane Stiverne. You've heard it there. You've heard all the stories that you probably wouldn't have heard beforehand through the other media outlets. It's a lot of stuff been going on behind the scenes you probably didn't know about. So now you know what's been going on. The weigh-ins tomorrow, the fights on Saturday night. You now have to decide who you're picking and why you're picking them. This is it from BWTM. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments, share the video. Let people know where you're getting information from. I'm out. You take care and have a good morning or good night. Take care.